There was something about Jefferson High's cafeteria that turned lunch into an arena. Noise bounced off walls, students jostled past each other in invisible hierarchies, and everyone watched everyone while pretending not to. That Thursday afternoon was no different. Warm weather, summer break on the horizon, and a crowd of juniors and seniors counting down the weeks. Ariel Monroe, 16, sharp-eyed and quiet, moved through the commons with her bag slung over one shoulder and a half-read copy of Kindred in hand. Her earbuds dangled from her pocket and her steps were calm, almost detached. She wasn't one for drama. Not visibly. Not usually. The seat she usually took by the windows was already filled. She scanned the room and adjusted her path, heading toward a half-filled table near the middle. That's when she saw Ida backpack dead center on the bench like a flag staked in occupied territory. She stopped, made eye contact with the guy who had claimed it, Bryce Callahan, Sr. Buzzcut. Varsity jacket. The kind of person known not for his achievements, but for how people navigated around him like a crack in the sidewalk. Ariel walked over, voice even. "Hey, can I sit here? Could you move your bag?" Bryce didn't respond at first. He kept poking at his tray of lukewarm cafeteria food, then turned with a slow smirk, amused by her question. "You serious?" he asked, glancing to his friends across the table. They chuckled. "Yeah. Just need a seat." He leaned back, exaggerated. "Whole cafeteria and you want the spot?" "It's not your table," she said. "Just your bag." That hit a nerve. His smirk faded into a flat stare. Bryce looked at her like she broke a rule no one wrote down but everyone followed. Then, slowly, he moved the bag just barely enough for her to sit. Ariel sat. The guys snorted under their breath. Someone nearby whispered. She opened her book and ignored them all. Bryce kept glancing her way like her calm rattled him more than shouting would have. Minutes passed. Bryce got louder. Laughing, posturing. But Ariel didn't move. Didn't engage. Then, without warning, he turned. "You think you're tough?" he asked, shoving his tray aside. Ariel blinked. "Excuse me." "Sitting there like you don't care. You think you're tough or something?" "I'm just sitting." "Then sit somewhere else." Conversations paused. Phones lifted. The volume of the room dropped. Ariel closed her book. "I'm not moving," she said, tone level. Bryce stood up. His hand came down on the table with a bang. Then he shoved her. It wasn't violent, not really. But it wasn't harmless either. What Bryce didn't know was Ariel Monroe had been training for this moment since she was 13. Ariel wasn't loud. She wasn't angry. But she was ready. Her mom, Camille, was a nurse. Her brother, Devin, a college freshman. They lived in a small but steady apartment on the outskirts of Tucson. Camille worked late shifts. Devin always told her, "You ain't gotta bark, but you better bite when it's time." After a scare at the park when she was younger, her mom signed her up for Krav Maga. 3 times a week? No exceptions. By 16, Ariel could slip a wrist lock, disarm a bottle, and stay calm under pressure. She didn't tell people. It wasn't a brag. It was insurance. So when Bryce shoved her again, harder this time, trying to knock her off balance, he didn't know he was lighting a fuse he couldn't see. Time didn't slow, but everyone watching swore it did. Ariel didn't flinch. She shifted her weight, turned her shoulder, and let his momentum slide off her. One hand caught his wrist. The other pressed at his elbow. Pivot. A step. Bryce hit the ground with a crash. The cafeteria went dead silent. No punches. No screaming. Just one clean, efficient move. Bryce scrambled up, red-faced. Furious. Embarrassed. "You think this is funny?" he barked. Ariel stared at him, voice quiet. "Are you done embarrassing yourself?" Laughter broke out. Phones were still rolling. Bryce looked around. Saw the cameras. Saw the eyes. He walked away. Ariel sat back down. Picked up her book. Flipped the page. 2 minutes later, the assistant principal arrived. "Miss Monroe," he said, "you need to come with me." She didn't argue. Just packed her bag and walked with him. The office was sterile. Quiet. Bryce sat in a chair, still fuming. "Mr. Jennings," the assistant principal called them in. Bryce spoke first. "She threw me. In front of everyone. Just lost it. I didn't even touch her like that." Ariel kept her voice calm. "He shoved me. Twice. I told him to stop. He didn't. I redirected him. Mr. Jennings blinked. Redirected. I train in Krav Maga. 3 years. I didn't hurt him. I got him off me. Bryce scoffed. What is she, a ninja now? No, Ariel said. Just someone who doesn't let people put hands on her. Jennings scratched his head. No injuries. No escalation. But there's video. A lot of it. He sighed. You're not in trouble. Not yet. Separate wings today. I'll call your parents. Ariel nodded. Her mom arrived later, hair tied back, eyes sharp from a 12-hour shift. I didn't want to hurt him, Ariel said in the car. You didn't, Camille replied. You stood your ground. I'm proud of you. The next day, the video was everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, captioned. She flipped him. For real. The school changed. Kids whispered. Some smiled at her. Others stepped out of her way. Bryce didn't come in. Rumors said he felt unsafe. At lunch, Ariel sat with her best friend Renee. You really flipped that man, Renee whispered. I moved, Ariel said. He fell. Not everyone saw it that way. By 7th period, teachers looked at her different. Carefully. Bryce's friends approached near the vending machines. Yo Monroe once said, You went ninja on Bryce. She didn't reply. You could have just asked for the seat, you know? She turned. You think this was about a seat? He pushed me. Twice. And you think that's okay? They said nothing. Walked off. That afternoon, she was called in again. Mr. Jennings, her mom, and a school counselor sat with her. He may transfer, Jennings said. But we need to make sure you're comfortable here. I've always been comfortable, she said. It's other people who didn't expect that. Bryce returned Monday. No bravado. No eye contact. He walked differently, like he knew the ground didn't belong to him anymore. She didn't gloat. Didn't whisper. She kept moving, steady as always. Friday afternoon, Ariel walked to the back gate. Bryce stood there, alone. I'm not here to start anything, he said. She pulled out an earbud. I messed up, he said. I thought pushing you would make me look tough. But all it did was show people I wasn't. She waited. You could have hurt me, he said. I didn't want to. I just wanted you to stop. Well, thanks for not hurting me, he said. And I'm sorry. Ariel looked him in the eye. Thank you for saying that. He left. That night, at home, folding laundry with her mom, Camille asked, You okay? Yeah, Ariel said. I am. Because strength wasn't always loud. Sometimes it was standing up without raising your voice. Sometimes it was knowing who you are and refusing to move when someone tries to push you. And Ariel Monroe had never been more certain of who she was.